So, welcome back to Melanin Madam Inc. We are actually Melanin Madam LLC now. So, let's see here. We are going to give people an opportunity to log in, and while they do, since this does actually go up on YouTube and is saved as a recording, we can do our toast. That works. So, tonight I am not in the mood for a drink. Just not. And so I am going to toast with my favorite drink in the whole world. And I am going to cover, I'm actually going to cover it. I don't do brand deals. Let's see. So we are going to toast tonight to, oh, child, making it through this week, number one. So making it through the week and all of the blessings that are in store for us. And then as well, the topic for tonight is about people telling you you can't do things that you actually can. And then you come through and you just crush that goal. So we're going to toast to all of the things that we have accomplished that somebody told us that we couldn't. Okay. So while we wait for our special guest tonight, y'all know, I'm gonna share one of my African movies with you. So it was this so on the show, they well, on a lot of the movies actually, they talk about women being barren and not being able to have kids, right? So I guess your sole purpose in life there, and these are just movies. I'm not saying they're all like this, but I'm just saying in a lot of the movies, the woman, you're supposed to hurry up and get married because you're supposed to hurry up and give the husband kids and start the family and the legacy, right? So it's always the storylines are the same, much like here. So it's always a woman who is attempting to have a baby and can't in the first 2 seconds of them being married. And Lord, I just can't. It's the pressure for me. So there's this woman that the mom is extremely, extremely mean to this wife who is trying to get pregnant and calling her barren and all of these different things, right? So while she's trying to have this baby, they're doing all of these rituals. They're doing all these rituals on her. They pull in people to see what's wrong, to see if there's actually something wrong with her fertility or if she has a curse in her family. And look, too, they always want to say that the curse is in the woman's family and they don't check the man to see if there's something wrong with him. They only check the woman. So they do all of this stuff. They are like 30 days before putting her out of the home because, of course, they're rich. So they're 30 days before putting her out of the home. And by the way, the reason why I love these movies, let me tell you why. Because we women, or we, period, we go through a lot of these things in the Black culture, but they're so minimized, they're not talked about and all this stuff. Well, in the African movies, I be needing to clutch my pearls sometimes because when talking about keeping it 100, we don't got shit on them. Not even me. And I'm very honest, but they are like brutally honest. So they're about 30 days from being put out. So then, let me tell you what happens. Okay. They find out that the mama got rid of the baby that was had by the woman who wasn't rich enough when behind closed doors she really didn't like the mom. So she got rid of the baby and paid the doctor to give the woman an abortion. That is a whole new set of evil. And I low key believe they do that type of shit there. So she paid the doctor to do this. The doctor messed up and made the woman's like reproductive system, it doesn't work anymore of the first woman. So now the curse is on the second family. That means her reproductive system, the new wife, it won't work. So she finds this out. Let me tell you something. I don't care what nobody say. Black women, we have to own this. When we get our ducks in a row and we figure out that we are not the problem or something else has occurred and we get ready to go in, we create a PowerPoint, we build an army, we call in every favor we can call in, we're going to televise it. Oh, it's going down when we get ready to tell on your ass. So she comes back and she acts a fool as she's walking up. Of course, the mom is telling her, you okay, you only have this many days now. What's wrong with you? You curse. She cussed that mom out so bad, I felt bad. I felt so horrible. And the sad thing is the son didn't know that she did all of these things. Mother's got way too much pull because he turns around and try to go off on her. And then the mama's like, aren't you a man? Don't you have a backbone? Why'd you listen to me? Once some people do some shit and put you in a position, and then when it's their fault, they won't even own the shit. Ain't that crazy? You want to know what the lesson is? The lesson is to grow up and have a backbone. If you're doing things that you don't like, don't do them. If there's something that you really want, follow what you want. You are the one that got to live with the shit. So you need to follow what you want. Now, this man done wasted all of these years. He did end up with no wife because, of course, she didn't cuss him out and stay like, oh, honey, we could work on this. She was like, and she left. Okay. Not only did she leave, she went and told the first woman. She went and told her why she wasn't able to have babies because of what they did to her. They came back and got the family arrested. And then those two became good friends. Let me tell you what the second lesson it was in that for me. It's very interesting that those women pulled together because it goes along with what I think. I have actually become friends with somebody that a boyfriend cheated on me with. Because here was the thing, the woman didn't know about me, so it wasn't her fault. And she left him alone respectfully when she found out it was my boyfriend. I left him alone too. So we left him alone together. But I was like, you actually pretty dope. Because, I did my research first. I did the whole workup to see who she was, see if I needed just a regular, STD test or a whole panel with the AIDS included. And I didn't. Let me cut on the comments. I just needed to, I actually became friends with her and we moved forward. So I am going to, let me actually reach out to the guest and see if they are going to log in. I don't want to be rude and start without them. But I'm going to have to, Jesus, in a minute. If you're logged in on Facebook, can you do me a favor and leave a comment so I can see if I can see it? I keep asking you guys not to be in on Facebook. So if you are, please switch over to YouTube. I always include the link to YouTube on my channel. So please make sure that you switch over because usually I can't see those comments and then I feel bad after because y'all be going up on Facebook and actually commenting during the show, which is what I want. I want it to be interactive. That's why I'm going live, but I can't see them. I can't see anything for whatever reason until after. So I want to make sure that you are actually able to be answered. I don't know. I'm just saying. So let me tell you before she gets here. If you went to the last BBW show, it was lit. It was actually really, really good. And those girls showed out. Let me tell you. It was fire. It was this thing. If you know the name of this shit, put it in the comments. It was a string that this girl pulled out of her vajayjay, but it wasn't just a string. It had like ornaments on it. It was sparkling. It was dazzling. And baby, let me tell you. First, I saw when she turned around and spread eagle and then flipped to the other side, I was like, I'm not at all interested in vagina, but that one just glowed. It was glowing. I know it was glowing. Then when she pulled the thing out, I was like, I knew it was glowing. She pulled that string out and baby, one day I'm going to do a tour of the office. It looked like a fishing line. That shit was long as heck and she pulled it out. So it was a couple things that I learned from that. Let me tell you what I learned. The amount of power in a vagina, it is ridiculous. Because how could you, she was dancing around, she was clapping, she was doing all of this stuff. And baby, them Kegels was Kegeling. They was working because nothing even fell out. It's not like she had to like bid for it when she pulled it out. Baby, that thing came out like it was nothing, but she kept it in the whole time. So I thought, child, listen, I got into the right business. And let me tell you why. In point two of Asia's life, let me tell you, she's coming. In point two, let me tell you, okay? I know I've told some people, but some of the things, if you guys come on all the time, I love you. I love you. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and share the show. But you'll hear me repeat the same thing sometimes because I have to think about that they are new people. That's one of the things that B Love taught me because I told her I felt like I was repeating myself. That was a whole thing I had to work out. So my first part of my life, I knew from okay. I knew from early on that I'm just the type of person that's structured. It is what it is. And in learning to be true to yourself, that took on a whole new different life for me in this last year. Really, it did. Because again, I knew from a little girl, I wasn't the same as everybody else, where people wanted to like play tag and things like that. I love those things, but what I loved the most was like playing bank, um, playing office. I wanted to be like this executive with the corner office and this amazing position that was a whole ass boss that did things. That's what I wanted. I also knew that with that was going to come a whole lot of structure. Like I was going to need to be really disciplined because in the environment that I come from, Pomona is lit, lit. Let me tell you, Pomona is lit. And the people from Pomona, we could get together at the park. We could get together in the parking lot of the SWAT meet or town center. And honey, it could be a whole party because we just have that much fun together. I don't care where we are, it's going to be a good time. I knew that I needed to separate myself. So one, I lived on my own. I moved out. And then two, I also made sure that there's certain things that I just couldn't do, right? So I knew version 1.0 of Asia was going to be boring as hell. I will say you can do it different if you stay at home, but I digress. So that part, I was all structured. I was like, I want to retire by the time I'm 50. Like I had all these goals, right? But in this version, this one right here, I'm going to do whatever I want to. And everything that I've been thinking about since I've been a lot younger, I'm going to do. I'm going to get out of my own way and I'm going to have fun. And I'm going to create businesses around it and partnerships and all of that stuff. So, if you see me at one of the BBW events one time and I actually, start giving lap dances, mind your business. I'm just saying. I want to live my best life. And those are the things that I really actually like doing. So that's a PSA. I'm going to do whatever I want to. And you should too, right? Doing the things that people said that you couldn't includes the things that you physically can or monetarily can, but you just don't. She's having problems with her laptop. By the way, if you're here specifically for 7, she is on her way. She is apologizing. She had problems with her laptop. I am completely fluent on my channel. It is not on any time frame, and I respect my guests and things that could happen. So with that said, I'm going to keep telling my story. If you want to grab something to drink or roll up or take off your bra from a long day or whatever put this on while you're in the shower, whatever you want to do, now's a good time to do it. She'll be here in a minute. But all of the things that somebody tells you that you can't do, right? Like, oh, you're a mom, you shouldn't do this, or oh, you're a wife now, you shouldn't do that, or whatever it is, I don't think that you should follow that anymore. And that's one of the biggest lessons that I teach in my nonprofit is I want my girls to do whatever they want to. If you have watched any of my shows from back when I started Queen TT, which is for my nonprofit and my high school girls, I talk a lot about being a stripper. I talk about it. And the reason why is because I know some in particular that literally did it just on their way through college and they didn't do the other things. It was a for real job. They liked dancing. They liked doing it. And that's what they did to make money. And here's the thing. I have student loans. They don't have no student loans. They lived their best life. They had fun. They made what they had to do to make money to go to school. Really enjoyable while they were in school. And some of them that got reputations, that was then and this is now. That narrative needs to go away, which is another reason why I guess I could give my announcement while we wait for 7 as well. um, I feel so bad for people when they have technical difficulties because it makes them feel bad. But I am so laid back and chill, um, that I don't. There she goes. I don't do people like that, and I make sure that they feel comfortable on my show. Uh,
Ooh.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, no, I'm late. I'm trying to multitask and work here.
It's okay. It's okay. I number one kept them busy, and number two told them don't come for my people. They know I'm chill. They
Yeah,
know that I'm chill.
and
So super
I had
excited.
the time. That was definitely on me. I had the time for 7:15 and not 7 o'clock. So I was like, "Am I super late? I'm late."
Oh no. So, you guys pause. No, stay with the story first. Again, back to the same thing. I have student loans. Those strippers do not. Do whatever you want to do and make sure that you have fun. I tell that to my girls for sure. And especially while you're going to college and working, make it something that you really like. It's too many options out here right now for it to be something that you don't like and that drives you nuts. The exotic dancers I knew, they worked 2 to 3 hours a night. I was working 8 hours plus with overtime and all these different things. It led to my career, but I wouldn't do it over the same way. So,
Mhm.
welcome, Seven. How are you?
Hello.
Hello. In case people don't know you, which I highly doubt, but in case they don't, tell them a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into the questions that I have for you.
I am 7 from Los Angeles. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm just kidding. I am first. Some people hate saying me saying this, but I do. I feel like I'm like one of the biggest promoters in Los Angeles when it comes to the BBW scene.
You
Um,
are.
I host BBW exotic dance shows. So some of those girls that are working the 3 hours work with me. Um, I have a few side businesses. I own a candle line, a mobile bar company, and president of Naughty Inc. So I have a few things going on, but I'm best known in, especially in California, for doing those BBW exotic events.
And so the next event is on August 6th, which, by the way, is my eldest nephew, Prince Skylar. It's his birthday. So, right. So, yeah, I can't wait to bring him for the first time. He's not going to come at all, but maybe I can drag him. Are you
Yeah,
excited for that event?
I am.
Okay.
Vegas is starting. Well, now it's my home, so I'm trying to build this.
Uh-oh. She
Sorry.
got there. You
So I forgot to put myself on D&D here, kid. Um, yeah, I'm excited because now Vegas is home. So I'm trying to build the same reputation. Oh, sorry, guys. I feel like that I have that here um, already, but I feel like it's not as big as California. So we're trying to get the shows here. We're trying to get the girls who do live in Nevada on board with what we've already been doing in California. So I'm definitely excited about it. I'm excited you guys will be there. So that's going to be even better. But yeah, the Las Vegas show that we had, I thought that it wasn't going to be as big of a turnout, and it ended up being a really big turnout. And people kept saying, "Why do you keep second guessing yourself? Like we've been
Right.
doing this, right?" But you know, the anxiety comes with every show, so I'm excited though.
As you should be. So, is there anything special about this next show that people can look forward to?
We're running it a little bit different. It's ticket
Mhm.
only. So that's the first time we've ever done this, where it's an exclusive private event to where you have to have a ticket to get in. Usually we'll just open it up and it's free for all. But this time we wanted to make it a little bit more exclusive. We know everyone who's coming in that has a ticket, that purchased a ticket. We don't personally know them, but we know you guys have a ticket to be in here. So that's going to be something that we have never done. We're introducing hookah also to the show. So you'll be able to purchase a hookah there. So that's something we have never done at any of the battles. So yeah, it's definitely a few things that we're doing different. We still have some out of town girls coming in. We have some girls from North Carolina coming, from Texas
Oh,
coming.
good.
Yeah, we're starting. We were in the works and thinking about, depends on how this Vegas show goes, and actually putting a tour together. And then our next stop will be the Bay Area in North Carolina. So we are coming along. We're getting the brand out there.
So, I had that written down, right?
Yeah. It don't surprise me if you didn't. I would be surprised if you didn't.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, not too much detail because this live is going to be a little bit shorter. I want to actually have a different live where we do the other stuff. But are you excited about where the vision for this is going, where the expansion in this is going, and just what's to come?
I'm excited about everything that we have coming up. I think that this is probably like the first time I've ever felt so comfortable with the business and what I'm doing and the brand moving forward. Because there was plenty of times where I was extremely stressed out and wanting to just stop the battle, stop doing it. And I just felt like it wasn't really moving as fast as I wanted it to go.
Right.
We've been doing a battle since 2012, so I was like, we should be further along. Even had did a tour by now. My timeline was making me stressed out and want to quit.
Mhm.
So now I feel like this the for the first time, I feel like this is going to be great. This is going to be a good start for us all as a team. So yeah, I'm definitely excited.
Okay. Okay. So when you think about the title of the show, which is "If You Tell Her She Can't, Watch Turn Around and Watch Her," basically make the magic happen. What
Yeah.
is something that comes to mind when you think about that particular topic?
The show itself, at the beginning of our show, I'm gonna just be really honest. At the beginning of the battles, we had about 10 people in the building, about two BBW women. The rest were regular dancers. We had people who would talk shit. I don't know if I can say that on here, but yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So people would talk shit about my battles not being all that. She don't got nobody in there. It's whatever. You guys aren't missing something, like, aren't missing anything. And so I was just told to, like, a couple of times to just give up, like, let it go. I
Wow.
knew it was something. I felt the market for it. I knew as popular, and not to be cocky, but I was a lot bigger than what I am now. And I felt like as much attention as I used to get in a club and going out and dancing myself, I'm like, nah, these men and these women like
And
these
the
kind of
women.
women. And they like these kind of women. There's a market for it. It's definitely, we're missing something. So I kept doing it until I figured out. And I won't say what I figured out because,
That part.
but I figured out how to get people to come in the building. And once I figured that out, I'm glad I didn't stop and listen to those naysayers because I wouldn't have been where I am now when it comes to the battles. So now we're over 200 people. We have girls that we have to tell no, they can't dance because there's no room on it. So just to think about how far we came,
Mhm.
that's the motivation, and that's the reason why and I'm a Sag on top of that, like I said, like, so you can't tell us no. So once I figured that out, that's always been my motivation for everything. If you tell me I can't do it, I'm gonna figure out how to do it, because there's a reason why you're
That
telling me no. It's because you either a hater or you can't do it, so you don't want me doing it. That's not
that
happening.
whole part.
Yeah, that's not happening in my world. So I'm glad we kept that going.
I'm glad you kept going too. A huge part of what you said is I'm going to figure it out. A lot I've seen in business and just in life in general, the people that are not humble, and this is what humble means to me. They think that what they're doing is so amazing and so perfect that there are no changes needed. You're going to accept this the way I'm giving it. I'm not changing anything. And they wonder why it doesn't work. To your point, either either way, you need to step back and take a look. You need to identify if somebody's trying to push you away because they're trying to come in and take it, or if it's something that, what am I missing? Where's the sparkle? Where's that niche? Where's that different thing? But at every point, you have to evaluate yourself, and you definitely have to take a look at, what do I need to do to make this work? Because I clearly am not executing the way that it is in my head. So what do I
Right,
do to make it better?
right, exactly. And you can tell, like, if you're a good person, I always feel like you can tell you are you can tell when you're getting a hater, and you can
Hmm.
tell when it's somebody who's genuinely trying to help you.
Hmm.
Because I feel like if you're doing something, you're genuinely trying to help me, whatever it is that I'm trying to do. If you're trying to help me, I feel like you're going to come with an alternative. If
Right.
you think that my battles is not all that, or they, what did you see different in the audience? There were some people who came who didn't like everything that I was doing at the beginning. But when they came, they didn't come like, it ain't all that, left it. They go, oh, okay, let me suggest this to you. Maybe next time you should do that. Now that I can understand.
Right.
Even coming from somebody who does events, I won't look at them as a hater if they come up with a solution to what they see as a problem
Right.
with any event that I'm doing. But
Right.
if you're just coming and saying you shouldn't do that, I can't listen to you at that point, because you're not telling me anything else. Don't do that, do this. Don't do that, you should do this. Then I'm listening to you, but I had both. I had people that gave me some good advice, some really good advice when it came to doing events, but there was definitely a lot of haters. Definitely a lot of haters.
The thing to pay attention to first and foremost, especially with an event, is if those people are in the audience and their feedback is negative, to your point, oh, I didn't like that, or that wasn't this and that wasn't that, something made you buy that ticket. Because you wouldn't have been there to tell me that you didn't like it if something didn't make you buy that ticket. So if
Yeah,
you purchased a ticket just to come and critique me and tell me that you don't like it, I appreciate you. Please keep coming, and please keep coming. Please keep
exactly.
coming. And then
Exactly.
on the other hand, if you came and it's something you don't like, to your point, say what that something is, that not even that you didn't like, but you would have preferred to see differently, or what was the
Right.
missing touch that made it a little bit, different.
Yeah.
Because it's impossible that you didn't like it if you came. It's impossible. It just
Right.
doesn't even make any sense. So
Or
that
for the other
differentiates a
hundred
hater.
something people who came too. We sell out. So there's something, even when I doubted myself after the shows, I'm like, oh, I don't think I hope people had a good time. And I'm scared to do the next one because I didn't know if people were gonna come. We sell out every single time. So it's like, okay, well maybe we are onto something, They keep coming back. There's something there that they like about it.
Right. Right. As the events begin to as you begin to move into the different space, there are going to be some exclusive components. Um, are there any that you would like to share that you're thinking about, or that have been suggested that you're taking under consideration?
As far as the battles
Like
go,
the hookah is going to be different at this one. Was that a suggestion?
yeah, yeah, it definitely was. It was a suggestion by the person whose company it is, of course. But um I've never had that before. Someone have asked me before, did we have hookah? So when she presented her business, I remembered that customer, or that the person who came in, the guest who came in and asked, was it hookah in Los Angeles? So I'm like, someone did ask for that. So
Hmm.
yeah, let's go ahead and add it. And I'm open to that type of, because I feel like I have side businesses as well. So I feel like if I presented myself and give the opportunity at other events, I would do the same for other people. So
Mhm.
even though I don't do hookah anymore, it's not my thing. I feel like it might be a market for that as well at the shows to add that to the ticket. So I
Right.
was like, go ahead, yeah, let's go for it. Let's try it. And like I said, I've been doing it so long. You know, some people been doing something so long, they just get so used to it being like you said, this type of way. I always want to add different things because now I'm starting to see BBW events pop up everywhere. So I
Hmm.
still have to stay on top of my toes as far as being different and unique from everyone else. So I'm always going to be adding different things, but the hookah is just one of my additions for this one. But I have a couple different other surprises that people are going to be able to see on the 6th. So it's going
Okay.
to be a different kind of show.
Okay. So in the space where you are actually a part of the BBW entertainment space, what are some of the things that you have coming up that immediately off the top of your head, again, go back to the topic where somebody told you couldn't, and now you just walk in and own it and you do it?
It's just we've been doing a lot of promo, the tour that we're talking about, the promotion that we're talking about. There is a show coming, so I don't want to give too much details of that, but um, people be able to see in details from backstage to front and center of how everything works and be able to see it on a major network. So that is probably the biggest thing I feel like is coming up that I'm excited about. I didn't think that, especially the naysayers at the beginning, would have never thought that it'll get this far to
Well, you have
where
to make sure and send them a postcard and tell them thank you when you're done. Um,
absolutely.
always, always say thank you to people because even, sometimes you have to tell the devil thank you because sometimes the devil will remind you of some things and push you in the right direction. So I'm just
Absolutely.
saying, say thank
Absolutely.
you. Send them a
Doing
little
doing other events,
invite.
I definitely came across that because BBW, the performances and the shows wasn't the only thing that I was doing.
Right.
I was managing music artists as well. So doing being in the entertainment, you get burned by people who say they want to partner up with you. You lose a lot of money. You lose a lot of money. But you have to, and I'll tell everybody, just because people are always asking, how do I do it, where I start, I want to dance, I want to do this, I want to do that. I'm like, you just got to go for it and just know it ain't gonna be instant
But
gratification
go for
because
it. Where do you actually go to find out like who's auditioning or different things that are going on? Is that something you need an inside connection for?
no, not necessarily.
Oh,
I will say when it comes to BBW though, it is a lot of connecting with the right people because
okay.
there isn't a market. If you're just trying to be an actor, say okay, sign up for Backstage West, get your audition. They'll tell you all the auditions you need to go to, and you don't even need an agency. If you were just trying to be an actor, for us, it's a little bit different because it's not a market for us. So what I did was all the photographers that I know who are just starting or are into the scene, I let them know that I modeled and I do this and I do that. And they will start sending me the auditions. So
Oh,
sometimes it's just who you connect with. If you know you want to be a plus size model, then get acquainted with photographers because those are the ones who's taking all the pictures everywhere.
I
And then
never
you
thought about
start,
that.
yeah, then you connect with other models because sometimes I will have a gig and they need four more. So I don't know anymore. I only know myself. So if you could be connected with other models, and that connects you with other photographers, and it also connects you with the agencies that you need. It connects you with everybody in your circle. You have to, if that's your profession, to be a BBW dancer, exotic dancer, then you need to make sure that you're on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter with all the BBW dancers that you know because more than likely you're going to be connected with the people who love them, with the people who have them at events. You're going to see the flyers where they dance at. Then you got that promoter's information and you get connected with that
Oh,
promoter. So you just put yourself in a situation where you're not just posting on your page and to your friends, because those are not going to, people are not going
that's
to give
not your
you feedback.
customer.
Right. You need to get
Mhm.
the customer, you need to get the coworkers, you need to get the boss. You put yourself in those type of situations, you're going to start and win. And make sure you utilize social media. I'm very popular, but you never really see me anywhere. But at my events, sometimes I pop out to some people things, that I work with. But I'm not a party and club person.
Mm-mm,
You don't see me. I'm not a regular anywhere. I'm not a
mm-mm.
regular at any club. If and anybody's watching this know that you're not going to see me as a regular anywhere, especially at this point in my life. So, but how I know everybody or everybody knows me, social media.
So
So,
one of the things that I like that you said is that we talk about your family and your friends not necessarily being your biggest audience. There's nothing wrong with that. I just want that to be clear as well.
yeah,
Those are the people that know you. Again, maybe they don't like what it is. Maybe they don't understand. And it's up to you to set your boundaries. If it is somebody that you've been for and you don't fucking like nothing that they do, nothing they kids do, and you've been there, and then they're not there for you, I say add them to the list of people you're not gonna fuck with. That's just me. That's my
yeah,
rule and
especially
how
when
it
you
goes.
yeah,
But those are the people that's actually going to give you sometimes the brutal honesty that comes with, or not honesty, their vision of honesty and the drive. I take compliments, but I take the feedback better. The worse somebody says to me, the more it pushes me to say, "Oh, I could show you. I could show you." And then
yeah,
I'm going to make it better for the new person that gets to know me. And they don't know me. So they're just seeing me perform at a different level or come to the table a different way. That's your fresh start. Use
yeah,
those people to gauge where you need to start and where you need to grow because they're just meeting you. So
yeah,
if you go out there and give it your best, that's why networking and things like that is important. Just keep
yeah.
going out there. Don't be afraid of the no's or the negatives because that comes with being human. And if you're not ready to be critiqued, I would definitely tell you don't enter any space where you want people to glorify you if you don't think that people are going to critique you as well. That's
Right.
impossible.
Absolutely. And you're gonna hear the no's, you're gonna hear brutal, and you're gonna hear some brutal honesty sometimes where it's just like it is what it is. I still would say don't give up. The confidence starts with you, but you're right. And it's sometimes it's good and bad. Sometimes you
Yeah.
have the family members that'll say yes to everything, even though you suck. And that's with
Right.
anything, any kind of talent. You probably can't even rap, but your family is going, as soon as you walk in, they're gonna push play on your music just to make you feel good. So you do need those outsiders to be like, but family, I think, is where you start. Some people
Mm-hmm.
just stop there. They don't add anybody on Instagram,
Mm-mm.
add a page private, that type of stuff. Those circle of people can only do so much. Your mom, your brother, your sister, your cousin is only going to come to these shows, right? We need people outside of your mama, your brother, your sister, your cousin coming to the show. So how do we get that? You gotta venture off and meet people. If you don't and you only rely solely on your family, your friends, your career is not gonna go anywhere unless those
That's not a
friends
career.
are
That's a
heavily
family function.
right, unless your family and friends are heavily connected. Now, if you got
Right.
family and your friends is gonna help you, that's not your circle when it comes
No,
to any kind of
not for
you're doing.
business.
Not for
Right.
business. That's not your
Mm-mm.
circle. Your circle is going to be outside of that. That's why networking is. You right. Networking is important. If you're now, because I always get the BBW questions. How did I get started? I had a picture in the tattoo shop that I took of a photo shoot. Everybody came in. Oh, who's that on the picture? Of course, I was made all up. So I'm like, that's me. What y'all trying to say? I don't look like my picture. But a photographer seen it, wanted
Right.
to also take my picture for his portfolio, and it just went. I'm like, oh, okay, this is a thing. Okay,
Right.
so, but if you got to put yourself in a situation where you're surrounded with like-minded people. If you're just a business person, you don't even want to be in front of any camera, but you're behind the scene, then you want to get the people that you know that's in front of the camera, and you want to get some like-minded people behind it. If you're
Absolutely.
you can't just go taking pictures of your family only. You got to put yourself in a situation to win, and the only way to do that is by networking and getting out there.
And showing up to the table, being willing to do things for without a cost because their value is greater than what you would have gotten paid anyway. And people automatically come up, even if they're in the testing or learning stage, and they want to try to charge you like they're a professional. Sometimes, even if you are a professional, I'm a professional in what I do. I have went
Mhm.
to several seats and several tables without money in mind at all. That's why it's good for me to have a 9 to 5. My 9 to 5 covers everything. So I could be a little more risk taking. I could give things away. And I'll go to the table and I've written full business plans for people. No
Right,
cost
right,
because with them, I want to give you something to show you. I didn't just come to the table to take from you. This is what I have to offer, but I want your specialty as well. And that's what I need from you.
right.
Even if it's just to help me and point me in the right direction. People aren't willing to give when they go sit at those tables. They only
No,
think about what they want.
exactly. Are they where what they want? What can they take from you? They're not willing to give. What can they take? We went through all that. We've went through so much. And I think even off camera,
Mhm.
when we had our meeting, I was letting you know, like we've been through some things where it's like people will start off. And now that all these opportunities are coming, those same people are trying to creep back around. And it's like, nah.
Well, let them know that you have a gate now.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need no new friends. I don't need
No,
that. When it comes to business, I'm good. I'm definitely open for advice and giving it. If anybody has questions, I'm never as the type of person who feel like I shouldn't tell you. Now, when it comes to my ideas and things I have in the works, no, I just don't automatically share that because I used to be, and then people would take the idea. So now I have to be mindful of what I say. But when it comes to just how to get started, I feel like there's billions of people in the world. There's a lot of big girls and they're getting more confident every single day. So for me to hold certain information that I know is selfish of me because I feel like it's money everywhere. There's not
right,
just one strip club. If the
right,
idea was that, it'll be one strip club in every state, or if that, right? If we all thought that way, you'll have one strip club down the street, another one around the corner with the
right,
same concept,
right.
strippers. So we can't stop just I remember seeing a meme like the bread aisle and it was
Yes,
all these kind of breads, right? And I was like,
yes,
that's a good way of putting that.
yes.
We have
That's
all
the
these kind of
analogy that
bread.
we use in education too, is the bread
Yeah.
analogy.
It's
Hmm.
like, why are we saying not? There's another business opportunity that was presented to me a couple days ago. And I was like, I'm not going to not do this because this product is already created. Let's do it. And let's just make ours better and a little bit different.
Knowing your target audience is really important as well. When people come to me in this stage of life and they want to work, because I've had the corporate experience and now I've had the entertainment experience, not just what people see of me now. And you guys will learn a lot more about me when it's time to learn those things.
Yeah.
Um, I know that if you come to me and you talk a certain kind of way, I can't deal with you on a business level because your scope isn't big enough. And if I
Right.
ask you your target audience and you can't tell me, or if I ask you what some of the feedback that you've gotten and you want to tell me what your mama said, I
Mm.
can't because that's a huge risk to me. And it's not a risk that you're on a lower scale. I'm on a lower scale as far as the numbers that everybody sees. That's not it. It's that your brain is on a lower scale. You haven't developed yet because you're not you're not ready. You want to be
Right.
rich tomorrow and you don't want to put in the work to get there. I can't do anything with that because you won't listen to me and you won't
Right.
respect my feedback. You won't respect what I have to say and you'll take it as me being a hater. And gone are the days where Asia goes out of her way to help anybody and your feedback because you didn't like what I said is that I'm a hater or I'm mean. No problem. I'll keep my mean advice and I'll charge you for it. If I'm going to
Exactly.
help you after that point, I'm sorry, but I'm charging you for it because you didn't do the work before
Exactly.
you came to me. You want me to do the work. No.
That's what happens all the time when they see that in you. They see that grind, they see the boss, like they see that in you. They expect you to just pull out all the ideas out your ass that they didn't have. And then you
The
start
seven, we
pulling the
can't give
ideas
them
out
the
of it.
ideas. What's
Right,
your dream? Tell me and I can help you. I can't give you the dream.
right. I get that a
I can't
lot.
give you
Like
that.
sometimes when people will come up to me, I want to work with you. Okay, what do you want to do? I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm trying to get on your level. Okay, look. Okay. That's happened
So
like
my
a million
question is, do
times.
you want to
Like,
work with me or do you want to replace me? Because if you're trying to get on my level, because I'm
right,
not looking for a replacement. I am the top. I'm the owner. So I'm not looking, this
right,
isn't corporate. I'm not looking for a replacement. So I don't understand. What does that mean?
right. It's like I don't get that. I feel like if you come and you want to work with me or Naughty Inc. or any other business that I have, I feel like you coming to me, come to me with an idea. A lot of times, because I do promote, I do put events together. That's just what I do. So people will say, I want to do an event with you. Okay, I'm already
Okay.
doing it. So when you come to me, have your concept of your event, have your idea together, and I'll just, okay, let's go ahead and let's work together.
Mhm.
If you coming to me saying that you want to do an event with me and you have no idea what you want to do, okay, what are we doing with that? Now, so I'm
Mhm.
coming up with the idea. I'm coming up with I'm what I need you for, because you're coming to me, which means that you already know I got things going on. You already know how I promote, you already know that. So if you're coming to me, that means that you should come to me with something other than I want to just work with you. Because then I'm gonna hire you as an employee and we're not partners. And that's what you came to me to do. You wanted to be a partner. And you come in and want to work with me, I'm be like, all right, after event, go ahead and clean up after this. Because you came to me wanting to work. You didn't say how. So now I'm gonna put you in a position where you're gonna get paid by the hour at the end of the no shade to nobody that get paid by the hour. I love all of y'all. But I'm just saying, when they come to me as they want to be partners, but with no idea. I don't need people to do that. So that's what happens to me all the time. So I understand that. Like people will come and just be liking what you
First, I
do.
think that's rude. Let me tell you, I
Yeah.
think that's rude. It's like, here's the other thing I need everybody to understand. There's a thing called business etiquette. Even if this is your business page, you can respond and be relatable, but even watch how you talk in there and how you talk to people. Think about if you were face to face in a boardroom with this person and this person was going to write you $1 million check every time you talk or respond. That's number one. Number two, I don't think that you should go to somebody who's already established and at this level when coming in, not so to speak that you're not on the level that they are, but as far as people knowing about it, because that's what
Yeah.
matters, right?
Yeah.
You're here. Don't go to anybody asking them to be a partner. I don't know why. I think that's so disrespectful. So
Especially without a plan.
I don't think you should. So we're different. Me and Seven are different. We are
Oh,
very,
but you saying
but we're
like
the
you come to me
same.
and say partner up. But I'm like, if
Right.
you're gonna be that bold, if you're gonna be that
Yeah.
bold, because I
Yes.
find it annoying. I agree
Yes.
with you that I find it annoying. But if you're gonna be that bold, at
Come with a
least
bang. Like, wow me.
come with an idea.
Yes.
This is what I do, because I personally like aggressive people too sometimes, but I like the ones who's just like determined, like
Yes. Like they're
organized.
excited. You could hear the
This is what
excitement
I
and the,
do. I
yeah.
know. I love that because I like working with all kinds of people, but at the same time, the people that I feel like is part of my circle, like I was saying, if you come in and you say, I want to work with you, and this is what I got, this is what I'm gonna pay more attention to you then, because I'm like, what do you have? Oh,
I'll
you're
say that's
bold.
true. That
Yeah,
is
it
true
is
about you.
annoying though. It is annoying, but I feel like if you're gonna do it, do it. Don't just
I
be
think
coming
so.
with the lazy energy and then expect me to just be excited about it. That's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. I agree. I initially, so when I came to somebody earlier this year, I put my filters out there and dabbled in a couple of things this year alone. I will say that a couple of things. One, the advice that my cousin Hilda gave me was the best advice that I've ever had, but it came from the person that also built me up to that position. So I'm very in the corner. If you work hard, you'll get where you need to go. That's the era that I came from. And she, after a couple years of being married to her cousin, she was like people need to see how amazing you are in the business world, in this space, because I think you dope as hell, but nobody would ever know that because you don't talk, you don't do this. And I'm like, I'm shy. Like, I don't want to. I don't want that. Well, when she
Yeah.
saw the dreams that I had, she's like, Asia, you're going to need to do this. And when I got the new job where I work now 2 years ago, she was like, you going in there different. Cause I admire the way people loved her at work, but she walk around talking and all this other shit. Anyway, I took the advice from my younger cousin that made sense, but totally pulled me out of my element. And I will say that this year, as in 2022, everything that I have touched has manifested. And I can't really believe it, but everything that I've touched has manifested, to include me coming to a particular table and just saying, this is what I really want to do. I want to be in this space. I admire you for what you do. And this is what I bring. And then here recently, this person had an idea and they were like, I actually want you to sit at the table with me. And I'm like, me? Like, that's not what I was even thinking about, but this particular person did, and I cannot wait to tell everybody what it is. But that's not what I was looking for. So I'm saying that to say, work on yourself and the things that you need to work on together with what you feel is best about you, but be willing to do that other thing that somebody else sees, because love sees you different than you see yourself. And when you put those things together and go out there with your passion, the person you're talking to will see it, and their mind now starts going, because now they're thinking, dang, what can I do with this person? How can I really leverage them? And they want to feed into you too. And I've been getting texts like all week, like, oh, can you schedule me? And I'm looking at some of the names like, can I schedule you? I'll move everybody for you. But of course,
Yeah.
not doing so, but just things come open. And so what you thought you couldn't do, or somebody told you couldn't, it's just so different. Yeah, I was told I wouldn't survive in the space of even trying to put myself out there because, oh, you're too structured, you're too this, you're too that. That was my environment. What was I supposed to do? Be at HR
Right.
giving table dances? Like, I
Yeah.
don't understand. Don't let anybody put you down, because I stayed in
Absolutely
the
not.
shell for so long because other people said things and I valued their opinions, not
And that's
knowing that
because they're
that
feared.
wasn't good.
Some people will tell you that because they're scared. They're
Hmm.
scared to venture off. And I'm definitely not that type of person. I would move from state to state if I had to for a better opportunity. A
See,
better. So there are some people who's never left the state at all. So you have some people that be like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Well, okay. Well, that's why you still in the situation that you in. So I
that's
look
true.
at it like that. So definitely, I feel like even it doesn't matter what, I mean, we're in entertainment, we're in business, but whatever it is that you're trying to do, definitely keep doing it because there's gonna be somebody to tell you not to. Just
Right.
just know that. And there's gonna be people that tell you no. But there's always an opportunity for every single thing. The most
Mhm.
minute thing that you do, somebody loves it. I was just telling somebody in high school, I had an insecurity about my stomach jiggling. And at that time, I'm in high school. It wasn't even that big. Okay. This is before babies and all of that. It was a pud.
Girl,
That
listen.
pud shaking in my shirt used to irritate me, right? So
Hmm.
I cut the legs off my stockings. Because at that time, people were still wearing stockings. I'm not going to age myself, but we had stockings still and popping back then. So I would cut the legs off the stockings and pull them over my stomach. It stopped my stomach from jiggling. I was doing this all through high school. Okay.
Wow.
All through high school. When I became an adult, Spanx. The first pair of Spanx was like stockings that they
I
cut
know
the
you
legs
was
off.
mad.
I'm like, the most simplest thing earned these women millions of dollars. Now, at the time, nobody's thinking cut off stockings and let's just try to sell these. We're not thinking that, especially in high school, right? But the most simplest thing that you do, if you sell something that you feel like nobody is going to buy, and everybody's like, why are you selling that? Keep selling it. Do not give up, because somebody's going to take that idea once you put the energy out there and put it out there, and they're going to do it. So the most simplest thing I always say is topic of the show, just do not give up.
Mm-mm.
Keep on going, keep doing it. Cause and if you got a lot of ideas, do them all. Don't just stop at
So
one idea. Do them
we'll
all.
we'll close out with this thing, or do you have a little bit more time?
Like probably about like 5 more minutes.
Okay, so I'll close out with one thing, and then the rest I want to ask questions all about you and the dance life.
Okay.
So the one thing that I will say to piggyback off of what Seven said is that's how the best ideas are created. In case anybody didn't know, the coffee cup was not created with the lid. The black person that created the lid is a multimillionaire. They created the lid for the cup because people got tired of wasting the coffee on themselves. The thing that you need to realize in business, and this is the part where my passion comes in. True nerd, education is everything. I love it. One of the things that you learn in business is that if you solve a problem, that's how you become the millionaire. So if it's that thing that bothers you, don't be afraid to own it and figure it out. Like her saying her stomach jiggling. That's the thing that I talk about all the time that bothers me because I have the loose skin and I want to get it cut off. Well, until then, okay, there are things that we do now as women, but just think we could have made money a long time ago if you we would have followed through with some of those things. And they're so
Yeah.
small and a lot you can actually do
Come
yourself because
Right.
if you create it and you have the prototype, guess what? Somebody will even buy that from you. So make sure that you follow through with whatever it is that your
Yeah.
passion is, but trust the person that you're talking to. I will say that. And that's the
Yeah.
very, very scariest part. I'll close with my piece of advice before I move straight to seven. Um, pray, pray, pray in everything that you do. I swear, I really don't believe that anything that's happening to me right now in the midst of all the storms I've just come out of, not self created, by the way, um, I never gave up. I never stopped praying because I knew it was something that the devil was trying to block for me. So don't ever give up to the point where you lose your dreams. And if you're in such a bad space that you can't move forward with them, write them down because that's what I
Yeah.
did. I wrote them down because some I didn't have the energy for. But in the space of dancing, because let me tell you, I for real want to get on a pole. Not necessarily a pole because I'll probably kill myself at this point. However, what
Try
are
it.
some of the things that you think that for somebody that's not ready for a pole, they can do to feel sexy about being a woman, especially a plus size woman worried about jiggling?
Um, it starts with getting dressed. I know it
Okay.
sounds like crazy, but that's the start of your confidence.
Agreed.
Yeah, most of the time I know that it's kind of hard to do, especially I mean the bigger you are, the harder it is to find clothes. But there is now websites and markets you can go to find you some something something. Okay,
Sheen
so
is
I think
amazing.
yes, yes, that's definitely one of them, and affordable.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know we
Mm-hmm.
spend a little bit more the bigger we are. I know when I was bigger, I was spending more money on clothes. So it's
Mm-hmm.
definitely affordable. But I
Mm-hmm.
say to just build your confidence is to start with first knowing that you the shit. Just know, just think it. Just think it. You can sometimes no hair weave, no nothing on. Sometimes I'll put on something and I'll be like, and I'll probably be looking the raggediest I ever looked the whole day. But I'm thinking I'm the shit because the song is on, right? So you start thinking it, then you get dressed. You don't have to put a whole bunch of makeup on or nothing like that. But I take some pride in what you put on today. You
Yes.
you do your hair today. You do your makeup today. And I have a teenage daughter that I'm working with self-confidence. And I tell her this
It
all the time. It starts with how you look. It starts
starts
with how
with your
you
bra
look
and
when you
panties sometimes.
right. Even with the matching bra and panties on, if
Yep.
them titties sitting up right and them, you feel
Baby,
sexy, right? You
listen.
might do a little pose. I'll
Yes,
even say sometimes people in the shower. Have you ever got in the shower and you kind of got this little, that water hitting right in that hair and
it
all
do.
of that?
I look down and see my hip and I'd be like,
Oh
okay.
yeah, I'm sexy today. Look at that water right. You posing in the shower and your shower turned into a whole hour because you think you Beyonce under the water, right? But that's where it starts at. I think the mindset, for one.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna have this every day. Everybody, the most beautifulest person, have days where they don't feel beautiful. That's
Absolutely.
that's normal. But just to
Mm-hmm.
start the confidence is you have to think it. You have to think it. Once you think it, you do your hair and put on some clothes to match. Once
Mm-hmm.
you get into that, this is going to put you in a whole different kind of way. Every time you see somebody depressed, they're never dressed up, right? When they show the movies, they're eating ice cream on the couch, their hair is a mess, they broke up with their boyfriend. They always make them look like shit when they're
Right.
depressed on the
Right.
movies, right? So usually that's life. That's art reflecting life, right? Because we do that.
Right.
So yeah, get dressed, change the way you think about yourself. If nobody tells you that you cute all day, it don't matter because when you went outside or when you got dressed, you felt that way. And
Mm-hmm.
then if you like super, super down, I'd be like, post some thirst trap pictures on Instagram. Get dressed, get cute, post a picture on Instagram. All them liking and that. I mean, it's an ego booster. And they even people who say that they don't do that or they don't like to
They
post, they'll
lying.
be, you wouldn't have one. You wouldn't have an Instagram that you got your cell
Period.
phone if that wasn't you, right? So yeah, sometimes that helps too. So definitely think it though. I would say that's a start. You have to have the confidence in yourself to even do it. For a long time, I would not show my arms. I think probably pretty much through all through high school, I was self conscious about having big arms. And once I did it, felt like it's whatever. Once I had, oh well, I got arms. Now I was in crop tops and spaghetti straps. I didn't care. It was hot. I'm not putting that jacket on covering my arms today. Y'all gonna see my arms today. So once you get in your head that you are that, that's what you are.
I
Definitely.
will agree. I absolutely agree. And a lot of those things, she's saying it starts with self confidence. She didn't say when you do it, you are already confident. She's saying do it to build your self confidence. You're not
Mhm.
going to be comfortable at first. And I'll even say what you see in the mirror is not all the time what you look like. When I first lost weight, I had to take pictures before I left the house because my self confidence really dropped as I was losing weight because things
Yeah.
looked different. I started to get stretch marks and stuff. I had to take pictures to see what I actually look like. Whatever it is that you need to do something. Try different things until you're comfortable and focus on that thing. Train your mind to stop focusing on, well, that's wrong and that's wrong. Only your brain will do what you tell it to do. So if you think that you have the best cleavage ever and this is the best, focus on that part. Also, with the clothes, wear the clothes that are not according to size. Clothes are according to shape, in case anybody didn't know that. Because the smallest person could
Absolutely.
wear the wrong thing.
Yeah,
Wear what's
definitely.
good for your shape and
Yeah.
learn yourself. I think that that's also really important. Is to learn yourself. Because if you
Yeah.
finna like tear some people shit up and remind them that you could do whatever the hell you want to do, you have to know that you could do it.
Period. Period. Yep. You
Yep.
have to. You have to. Because, like I said, some of the most beautiful people are very insecure. So
Mm-hmm.
it has to start with you. Like you the only person. You see you in the shower with yourself. Like you see you. It has to start with you. You have to focus on what you think what you want yourself to look like, what you want. And if you, to me, I feel like if you're super uncomfortable with your weight, and this is going to sound weird, especially coming from me, but it's true. If
Lose
you
it.
really have a major problem with how you look, change it.
Change it.
So if you feel like I'm too
I
big, so
agree.
I'm just gonna stay in the house and I'm not gonna do that. If you're not,
Wrong
then
answer.
start. Okay, then now you're gonna start first. You're gonna say I'm beautiful the way I am, but I'm going to work on this. I'm beautiful
That
the
part.
way I am in this size, but now let me go ahead and get this weight down because I'm
Absolutely.
not happy with this part of me. So
Right.
start working on that. I think that people just get stuck in poor me, why me, and then they just stay there. Well, you're the only one
Mhm.
that can change you. Can't nobody change you but you. So change it.
Right. And if it's something medical, go through all of the steps to see a doctor and see what you can fix. Because some people, it is completely medical. And for those people,
Hmm.
I will say that there's certain things about us that won't change, right? Unless we medically change it. My nose isn't going to change. I had to get used to
Right.
my nose and loving it. You have to learn, if those are the things that will never change, how to become comfortable with
With
yourself. And
it.
again, focus on the things that are right, because that thing isn't going to change. Are you going to live your whole life being unhappy like that? That's
Right. And what
crazy.
we
That's
gonna
a
do about it
recipe
at
for
this
death.
point? And then sometimes, you know what? Even when it comes to that, I feel like, okay, now if you're big because you take medicine that causes you to gain weight, right? You're in that situation.
Mhm.
Okay, now we just got to deal with that, but let's fix it to where you're comfortable in what you have on. Okay, let's
Right.
get fangs, let's tuck this in, something. There's fixes for everything.
Yep. Yep.
I don't definitely don't want people to rush to surgery and stuff like that, because I
No.
actually believe that unless you medically cannot go work out and fix it that way yourself, then okay, I can understand. Because I have some friends who are 500-600 pounds, they can't get on no treadmill, so they want to have weight loss surgery. Fine, they have other issues
Which,
that's
by
slowing
the way,
down.
is still work. I'm an advocate for surgery. If,
Yeah,
to her point, you need it to couple with the
yeah.
changes.
You got, because you're still not gonna be happy if you're not happy with
Nope.
yourself and you go get the surgery. You're still not gonna be happy,
Nope.
because then you're gonna go into depression because I don't like being small now. I'm not used to being small. I got all this extra skin. That's gonna put you in another. You have to be. It has to couple, like you said. If you're gonna do the surgery, know that you're gonna still have to put in the work that it
Yep.
comes with mentally. And I think some surgeons make you actually go through that psychological point before you
Yeah.
have the surgery, because it's
Yeah.
still a mental thing. We think
Mm-hmm.
we fix this, it's still gonna, you have to have that confidence first. And
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I think there's a fix for everything. Even if you can't physically change it, you gotta mentally change yourself then at that
Because
point.
if it's not the fix you want, you need to change your brain to become acclimated with what you can actually, with reality, what your new reality is. You have to.
Yep,
You have to.
absolutely.
So, last question before we go. This is going to be our exit question, guys. And if you have questions for Seven, you can put them in the chat and we'll get them answered, especially if they're about either the next show or a city that you would want to see the show in. I think I'm gonna do a poll on that. So my
Yes, I
last
was gonna say,
question,
let's ask, let's see who, like, yeah, let's do
yeah,
that.
I think we'll do a poll on that. So my last question is going to absolutely be for Seven. Are you going to dance again? Are you going to dance again? Did she go away? Does that mean she's not going to dance?
I'm
Does
still
that mean
here.
it's a secret?
I'm still here now. Yes, I am.
Okay.
I
Okay. So you
am.
don't have to tell us when. Um, and then wait, one more. Who are three girls that are going to be at the next show that you know everybody will want to see?
Oh, all of them. I don't want to pick out one. Okay, I'll tell you the winners will be there. The ones who won in
Okay.
the
Okay.
past. So, Strawberry from North Carolina is coming.
I like her. Okay.
Honeybee is going to be dancing. And Bambi is going to be there for sure.
Okay.
I have a new dancer. Her name is Big Mama. To me, she's curvy, but she's not a big mama. She calls herself Big Mama. I'm like, where, girl? You thick, girl, thick mama. But Big
Okay.
Mama there, she is going to be the newest dancer there.
Okay.
So definitely, all three of the winners of the battles, the past couple battles, will be there in the building.
Okay. Okay, so that is it for us tonight. Thank you everybody for joining. Make sure that you follow Seven on Instagram and Facebook. And then also there is a page specifically for the BBW battles. And there's going to be more information to come about what's coming on that particular page. Absolutely make sure that you subscribe, follow, and share this page. And I will tell you that my special announcement for tonight is that our next interview is going to be with one of the winners from the BBW battles, one of my favorites. So she is going to be on the next show, and I'm going to be doing it on next Saturday. So promo is coming out for that, and she will be joining next Saturday. So get all of your questions ready, get your popcorn ready. If you feel like you want
Yeah.
to look sexy that night and put that into play and get some of the things Seven said ready, get them ready. And because we're going to be sharing some clips. We are not responsible for anybody that hurts themselves,
Yeah.
but we are going to have her. So that is it from us tonight. Thank you for joining. We hope to see you in Vegas. If you haven't bought your tickets, please make sure that you buy them. This is her first event where there are no at the door tickets. You have to buy them before. And then I think that is it. Do you want to say anything before we go?
Make sure you guys check out the show, buy your tickets. Definitely follow me on BBW Model 7 page, and I'll have all the information on there.
Awesome. So that
Mhm.
is it from us tonight. Thank you, Seven, for
Thank you.
joining once again. And I look forward to having you on after the show so we can make a little more announcements. She's going to be on a lot because we have some things.
A lot of
So
stuff happening. A lot of stuff
yes,
happening.
yes. And we are super excited. We'll give it to you in doses so we don't get nobody a heart attack. But that is it from us tonight. So we toasted at the beginning. We'll end with toasting to safety and safe travels for everybody that's coming to Vegas. That's it. And have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Good night.